Video shows the moment that those 4 Americans from South Carolina were kidnapped shortly after crossing into Mexico in what authorities have called a case of mistaken identity. We want to warn you that the video we are about to show you is graphic and disturbing. You can see men in bulletproof vests brandishing long guns, violently shoving the Americans into the back of a pickup. A woman shoved into the flatbed while the bodies of 2 others appear limp and dragged in beside her. The minivan they were traveling in riddled with bullet holes. One of the windows shot out. Family members have identified the 4 as Latavia McGee, her cousin Shaeed Woodward, seen here, and their friend Zendel Brown and Eric James Williams. We don't know which of the victims have been killed at this time. Martha, again, we don't know who has been killed. We know, reportedly, according to the Associated Press, it was an individual going for a tummy tuck. And that individual's mother saying she got a call saying we're 15 minutes away from the procedure, and then she just never heard back.
It's a terrifying story. It's indicative of what's going on at the border, how incredibly dangerous it is. It really makes you wonder. I think we're going to hear from Ned Price at the Department of State soon, whether or not he's going to say, that they recommend that nobody go south of the border right now. I mean, you look at this other video that we have today of these chases that are going on, human traffickers dragging people out. There's so much danger to human beings in this entire area. And what I'm looking for this afternoon, we're going to hear from the White House at 1:30, is what's the level of outrage coming from the White House? Over this. What are they going to say to the president of Mexico about how this will be dealt with? And, Bill Barr, I know we have some sound from what he said. This is the larger picture. What is the role of U.S. Special Forces, of the Coast Guard, of American military? Because our people are being injured because of the fact that there's no control from the Mexican government over their own country. The cartels are running the entire country. And so what position does that put us in as a nation north of the border in terms of what we have to do to protect our own people?
Now let's take a moment and listen to those remarks from former AG Bill Barr. Here you go.
Well, they are terrorists. I think there's another hostage, and that's the Mexican government. The Mexican government is being held hostage by tens of thousands of paramilitary members of terrorist organizations that effectively control Mexico. It's pretty close at this stage to a failed narco state. The government has no will, and it doesn't have the ability. And they are sitting next door, producing mountains of poisonous drugs and killing over 100,000 Americans a year. So we are sustaining the same damage as we would in a major war. From these groups operating right beyond our reach.
Emily, he went on to say that they should be compared to ISIS.